So we've gotten a couple behind the scenes videos about how maps are being made for Modern Warfare 2, and I wanted to share my concerns about them. So in this video, two Infinity Ward developers go over a map called Farm 18 and listen to what they say about the middle of the map.
And the idea was, what if we put a shoot house type situation in the middle? If you really want to play that crazy game, you can go to the center and that action will find you. If you want to pull back and play a different way, it's still available to you.
Between that statement, things that YouTubers have said, and just the general vibe I'm getting from Modern Warfare 2, attempting to just be a refined, more crowd-pleasing version of Modern Warfare 2019, I'm a little scared that they're going with a middle-of-the-road map design philosophy where they just are going to try to please everybody. Or please whatever the loudest minority screaming about maps is screaming about. So what am I saying? Making a map that's good for multiple playstyles is good. Yeah, and versatile COD maps that have crazy hectic tight areas and larger areas around has worked in the past, right? Of course. What's your concern then, you might ask? I'm worried that the maps are going to be designed in such a way that players of all playstyles can have fun. And while that can be good in a couple areas and a couple maps, I'm worried that the entire game is going to be that. Look, I think large maps, small maps, whatever, can get along in harmony as long as they're well designed. And I think from what I've seen in video games over the last ever, is that when a game tries to please everyone, it ends up kind of alienating everyone at the same time. Nobody's exactly getting what they want. They're just really not able to complain because they have half of what they might want. People that want a shipment Rust shoot house experience are going to want to play those maps. Not play a map that has a shoot house-like building in the middle, but long lanes for snipers around the outside and for actual flanking and things of that sort. You know, nobody that's into shoot house is gonna be like, oh, I love this map because it has a middle building that's hectic. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe Farm 18 is gonna be the fan favorite map of this game and it's gonna get remade for the next decade until I'm 35. Okay, cool. My point is that if you focus up on making a good large map that remedies some of the issues of large maps, I think, you might disagree with me, but I think Afghan from Modern Warfare 2 is a really good large map. And hell, out of all of the tiny clusterfuck maps that exist, I actually kind of like Rust. I think if the developers set out to make a map sing a certain way, it could do that as long as they focus up. Making maps that a Shoot House Shipment fan and a Grozny Raid Arklov Peak fan are gonna like, I don't think that's right. You end up getting a watered down version of both experiences. What you gotta do is create maps that have distinct identities, distinct weather and lighting and size and playstyles. I don't think every map should be wildly different than the one next to it, but I do think there needs to be a proper distinction between each map you play. They each need to essentially have their own character. I think Call of Duty devs could do this by adding more interactable environments and adding more things that players can actually move around and destroy, but whatever. My point is, if you make all of your maps with the sole purpose of pleasing everyone, I think everybody's going to be bored with them. I think the maps are just going to, well, put people to sleep. Those are the words I'm looking for. My solution is to have 5 maps that are a little bit more cookie cutter, clean cut, 3-lane, predictable, symmetrical, and have 5 maps that are more convoluted and crazy and full of a little bit more variety. They don't always have to be large, but convoluted and with some verticality here and there and some mismatched cover here and there. I think that provides 2 very distinct experiences. So pretty much you have a 50-50 chance of bumping into a more refined competitive experience, and you could argue a more, God, I guess I hate to use this term, realistic experience, a little bit more of a I don't even want to, God, I almost gagged saying the word tactical experience. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. A more varied experience is what I would want to say, but I'm just trying to sell this. Christ. Maybe my concerns are unfounded, but I'm just worried that the reason they're showing off maps right now and the reason they're doing these little behind the scenes things is just so that people feel like they're not about to buy Modern Warfare 2019 2, they're buying Modern Warfare 2, a different, unique experience. and sharing their philosophies while doing that, that's great, thanks, awesome. But the reason this Farm 18 video didn't excite me and why I didn't make a video on it when I first saw it is that it's essentially two developers going, we wanted to make a map that has like an area where people are all like hectic and shit, and we wanted to have an area where people are more like at a distance and shit. And I fall asleep. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments section below. Are you worried that the maps are gonna be too people-pleasy or not have enough personality? Do you hate variety in your maps? Are you kind of bad at learning complicated maps? Or do you just like simplistic maps because you're a bitch? Let me know down below, and I will be happy to read your comment. I'm not gonna read your comment, don't leave one. Just dislike the video. Dislike the video, don't check the description. No, there's no products down there. No, get that off the screen. I'm leaving. You should too. This is falling apart.